the FBI, you know, Al-Qaeda didn't acknowledge that they did this thing right away. So we thought that they did, and so the name of the game for the first couple of weeks was to find out the evidence. And it turned out to be evidence of money transfers from the United Arab Emirates, and in particular one individual. And so when they discovered these wire transfers, the FBI announced to Newsweek and other organizations, we found the smoking gun linking bin Laden to this case. Well, 2 weeks later, they found out who this individual was. He was a British agent, Omar Ahmed Saeed Sheikh, who had kidnapped Americans, kidnapped British, caused deaths, and who had never been brought to justice because we didn't indict him and we didn't put him in prison, neither did the British, because he was our penetration of the senior Al-Qaeda leadership, had trained the pilots how to live in the West, in Pakistan, and working all the time with the head of Pakistani intelligence and the two of the three key corps commanders in Pakistan were his bosses. The FBI found this out 2 weeks later when they examined Omar's cell phone records, and showed the conversations with the ISI chief, that's the head of Pakistani intelligence, and how the last $100,000 was actually obtained and given to Atta here, and that was that they kidnapped an Indian shoe sales tycoon, ransomed about $830,000 or so from him, sent $100,000 of it to Omar in UAE, and that last $100,000 was transferred on August 14th here, with which they used to buy the airline tickets to fly their recon missions and their final flights. But it couldn't have come at a worse time. The revelation of those phone records occurred on the 8th of October, the very day that British and American forces were going in to Afghanistan. And it was about the worst thing you could discover, that a British agent had been let off the hook for his crimes by the Americans and the British, because we thought he was our window, in fact our only window, into the senior Al-Qaeda leadership. Was a very damaging story for Musharraf, who we needed as an ally, for Tony Blair, and for the Bush administration. And that was who the smoking gun really turned out to be, and that story was suppressed. And it takes a lot of time to tell you how it was and what the media coverage was, but within 3 weeks it was gone. And by the way, he is the person who murdered Wall Street Journal reporter Daniel Pearl a few months later.